Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. I'm Brett. In my hands is Warhammer 40,000 Imperium number 30. Now, Warhammer 40,000 Imperium is a thing between Hatchet and Games Workshop, taking you through the Warhammer 40,000 hobby step by step. It's everything from collecting, putting figures together, painting, how to play, background of the universe, everything you need to know to play. Each issue is $13.95, and you get stuff for your hobby. In this one, you get 2 paints. We've got Mournfang Brown and Mephiston Red. 2 very helpful paints, but they're still paints. Altogether, it's not going to be worth the $13.95 you get in this issue. You also have an option if you subscribe to upgrade with an extra $3. You get, for $16.95, you get some bonus releases. Definitely not going to be to that level. Let's go through the magazine itself and see what's inside. All right, so this issue, it's going to be really focused on how to use those 2 paints. You've been collecting Space Marines and Necrons up to this point. The Space Marines also have Adeptus Mechanicus and Sisters of Battle. We're at the Adeptus Mechanicus point of collecting, so we start off with that. What's interesting here is we get some successor chapters for the Ultramarines is the next thing to kind of focus on. I don't believe we've really discussed that at all throughout this, so that's kind of cool. We see the next step in the hobby is creating your own chapter, and it takes you through that and shows off the different chapters that are out there. It's talked about some of the other ones, background, but like the idea of using Ultramarines and then painting it some other way, it would be new. A little bit more about Necrons, and then we get into the painting. And you can see here the steps that you go through in this hobby. We can see the brown is being used to paint various figures. In this case, we get the Librarian, we get the Champion, and then we move on to the Mephiston Red. Capes is shown. We get the eyes for the various figures, helmets as well. As I said, you can see how you go about using what has been given. Nuln Oil was something that was in previous issues. It's showing to go over the brown with that to add some depth, and what your figure should look like if you've been following the step-by-steps up to that point. Next, we get some rules for various figures that have come out, some tutorials as well in playing, and then we wrap things up with some rules and a scenario. Next 2 issues, 31 we have in hand. It is a giant piece of scenery. You definitely will make out value on that one. New piece of scenery as well for me, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then after that, we get Destroyer for the Adeptus Mechanicus, which I'm pumped about because I do not have that figure. So overall, like, this is a loser of a magazine, or at least this particular one. You do not get your money's worth, which is totally fine. Not every single one is totally worth it, but again, it's a great way to learn the hobby. So if you're going step by step, I think it's really well worth it and very cool. The thing that I still think is absolutely fantastic about Warhammer 40,000 Imperium is it really does take you step by step through the hobby. If you want your own subscription, you can maybe get this in shops, but the easiest way is to subscribe. We have a link underneath this video where you can do exactly that. We don't get anything from it. As I said, there's 2 options for you to do that. Of course, we're going to cover everything else that comes. We're going to go through this to the end. If you want the latest Games Workshop news, you can check us out every single day at boardgametoday.com. We also have board games, role-playing games, card games, everything in the tabletop hobby. Of course, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Board Game Today, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep rolling that dice. Oh, let's see what we got. Well, that was a fail. Get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do right here on video, but you can go and check us out at boardgametoday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos, or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.